on 21 Jump Street. Living Dayton starts now.
Welcome to Living Dayton, everyone. I'm Zuri Hall, and joining us as a guest host today from 2 News Sports, Jack Pohl. Welcome, Jack.
Well, I'm so excited to be here, and I know we have a great show on the way this afternoon.
We absolutely do. The Cake Shop is in the Lifestyles Kitchen with some sweet treats I cannot wait to sample, and we have a special performance just for the kids.
All right, but first, let's head to the newsroom and get the latest headlines with Dan Edwards. Hey, Dan.
Hi, Jack. Zuri. Well, right now,
part of next week. Zuri, Jack.
Thanks for the weather update, Jamie. Now, with all of these unseasonably warm days, like she mentioned, it feels like spring is in full effect. What is also in full effect is March Madness. And who better to get our updates from than 2 News' own sports director and anchor, Jack. Now, tell us a little bit about what's happened thus far. Who's been eliminated?
Well, here's what's happened thus far.
Yeah.
People have called their work and have called in sick. That is what has happened thus far.
That is around the station.
Exactly.
Okay,
I almost called in, couldn't do this show. I mean, that's how ridiculous it is. But, you know, it all started here in Dayton, as you know, the last 2 nights. It was a wonderful success for the town, and we had BYU and Western Kentucky and Vermont and South Florida all winning here in Dayton and moving on to the next field and their chance to win a national championship. So who are the big favorites? Well, it's easy to look at the #1 seeds. You know, Kentucky, the overall #1 seed, Michigan State, and Syracuse and North Carolina. But Syracuse has lost their 7-foot center, and that's a big deal because he's one of their better players. So, if not one of their best players, so Syracuse may be a #1 seed, but if you pick them to win it all because they had that #1 back next to their name, you may not do so well after all. Ohio State is a #2 seed. They play tonight against Loyola. That's where all the Buckeye fans are going to be tuned in tonight and cheering them on. Ohio State has a very good shot of reaching the Final Four, and when President Barack Obama was in town earlier this week, he said he had Ohio State in the Final Four.
I like the way he thinks. I have them in the Final Four for sure. So it'll be interesting to see how all of that plays out. Now, it is time to say bye-bye to Britannica, kind of, sort of. After 244 years, Encyclopedia Britannica will cease production of the multi-volume book sets. Now, this is kind of a big deal for some people because the sets are so iconic. You know, the question is, it kind of makes sense, right? Do we need these books anymore? Is anyone reading them?
Well, when I was a kid, you know, you always, you know, yearned to get every single volume of the Britannicas. And we always, you know, tapped out at about 4, like a grocery store down the street would sell them, and each week a different volume would go on sale, and you'd bring it home. So, you know, you were kind of doing things A to C for your homework assignments. But the internet has changed that, and my kids, as they grew up in high school, they all use the internet, and that's where they got their information. So it makes sense. I mean, someday our kids will go to school. They won't have book packs. They're just going to have an iPad or some kind of laptop. And you know, the days of putting 5 books in your backpack and lugging that around school will be over. Heck, we may not need have a need for lockers.
Exactly. I believe it. I believe it. And just don't fear. Britannica isn't going anywhere. We just want to emphasize that it's just the
They're just catching up with the times.
Right. They're catching up with the times. So they're going to focus solely on their online efforts, their digital efforts. And there's a little bit of progress going on in Fairborn, right?
That's right. It's an exciting, fun town. I love to visit this town. And downtown Fairborn is getting a facelift. They are less than a month away from a $2 million project to revamp the city's historic stretch of Main Street. The project, being referred to as Fairborn Streetscape, will start the first week of April and be completed by early September. That is just in time for the Air Force Marathon on September 15th. It's a fun, cute little town, and it's really not even that small. But this is the facelift this town needed. You know, it's also very busy in the fall. That goes right through Halloween with foys and people that go down there. This is just going to be another reason for people to visit Fairborn, which is one of those outer communities here in Dayton that is growing and improving itself and makes it a great stop for people in the Miami Valley to go to. So I'm very excited about this project. I love Fairborn. I love the school district. I love following their schools. Roy Toby's a football coach out there. He is a good friend of mine and really one of the most fun people that you could ever have to talk to. So it's just another part of that town that's going to make it better and make it more unique, and I'm very excited about it.
$2 million. That's a big price tag. Now, 4 contract bids were actually submitted last week, ranging from about $1.86 million to $2.13 million, and their city council is expected to award the contract at its March 19th meeting. So it will be interesting to see how that all plays out. But they're definitely focusing on a modern look, a modern revamp for downtown Fairborn.
Yeah, it should be exciting, you know. But that's not the only community in the Miami Valley that's improving itself and doing exciting things. How about this? Kroger has acquired exclusive naming rights to Huber Heights' new aquatic center. Kroger is a sponsor of the area's events such as the Dayton Air Show and the Dayton Dragons games. We see them down there, but this title sponsorship with Huber Heights is very unique. City Council approved Monday night a resolution authorizing a 3-year contract with Kroger to name the new facility the Kroger Aquatic and Recreation Complex at the Heights, which will open Memorial Day weekend. And you know, this is good. I mean, you want major sponsors backing things in cities. So and Kroger is a great part of Dayton and has been for years and years. There's stores at every corner, and they have the largest Kroger in I believe America is in Centerville. So Kroger's doing some great things. They have these beautiful new stores that they've revamped and made so nice, and to put their name on something where families are going to go to and help support the community, I just think it's fantastic. And now whether people will call it that, hey Mom, let's go to the Kroger, I doubt that. But it's nice that their name's going to be on there, and it's nice to show support. Yeah, Kroger definitely has a very big presence here in the community, and they're expecting crowds of about 60,000 to 80,000 to be coming during its opening season. So we'll see how all of that plays out. Now, still to come on Living Dayton. Don't go anywhere, because Dory Phillips is in the Stafford Jewelers Diamond Room. How this Miami Valley woman is teaching children throughout the area with music. Welcome back to Living Dayton, everyone. Now, a production that originally opened on Broadway is coming right here to Dayton. That's right. Bus Stop will debut at the Dayton Playhouse this weekend. And here with more details are two of the actors from the production, Lori Sparrow and Scott Kinsley. And tell us a little bit about this show coming up.
Well, the show was originally opened on Broadway in 1955, written by one of the great playwrights from the 20th century, William.
Welcome back, where there is a big movie at the box office. Our very own movie critic, Steve Bailey, is there to make sure the movie is fun and family friendly. Yeah, and thanks a lot for joining us, Steve. This was one of my favorite TV shows. Is it going to be one of my favorite movies?
It is going to be one of your favorite movies. This week's movie is 21 Jump Street, and it's laughing nonstop. Yeah.
Well, now, everyone knew that, or knows that Johnny Depp got his start on that TV show.
Absolutely.
And is he going to be in the movie? Do we get to see Johnny Depp?
Let me say this. There are surprises in the beginning, and there's a huge surprise at the end.
Really?
I don't want to give everything away, but if you were a fan of the TV series, go see this movie.
Okay. Thanks for the weather update, Jamie. Now, you can find just about anything to boost the look of your home anywhere.
And here to give us some tips on where to find those one-of-a-kind pieces is Sarah Quintano from the Unique Bird. Sarah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here. Be home.
We're happy to have you. Well, tell us a little bit about what you got here and some suggestions.
All right. Well, I have a small online business. It's very just something you don't see every day.
Well, Sarah, can you tell us a little about maybe some tips for people who maybe aren't the best, handy people in the world, but can still make their homes look better?
Of course. The idea is you don't need to spend a lot of money.
Welcome back to Living Dayton, everyone. She is the host she hosts the Music Jamboree at various places in the Miami Valley, and she also offers music therapy services and is a member of Dory and the Daddy-O's. I like the name of it.
I tell you what, you are one busy person, musician. Dory Phillips joins us today. What is the Music Jamboree?
Music Jamboree is a program that I put together from there to train them to be professional music therapists in the future.
I think music therapy means many things to many different people. What does it mean to you, and how do you use it in your therapy?
Music therapy to me is enriching the lives therapeutically.
Welcome back, everyone. We have a sweet treat today in the Lifestyles Kitchen.
That's right, Jack. Brittany Arnett and Renee Stratton from the Cake Shop join us with some very easy tips on how to get your desserts looking fabulous. It's smelling fabulous already.
And for me, this already looks fabulous.
Jack wants to dig into the frosting. He's already ready to go.
I picked the right day to come into the show, that is for sure. I love sweets.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how to get started on making our desserts look as delicious as I know they're going to taste.